people. Hello. I'm Amy, and I'm the type of woman you get if you mix early motherhood, menopause, and an entire shelf of unread self-help books. There's actually a few of us about, and you'll find us shuffling around Marks and Spencer's, muttering to ourselves. In fact, I was in Marks and Spencer's recently with my toddler, and we're stuck in this long, slow queue, and he's rolling around on the floor. We finally make it to the front. I'm here at the counter at my wit's end. He's at the floor, there's a young guy serving. I say, oh, hello. I'd just like to stand up. I'd just like to return this dress. Sticky hands. And he says, I'm just going to get my supervisor to get some help. And I reply with, get that dinosaur out of your pants or there's no treat later. The look of horror and confusion on his face made me realise what I've become. Some sort of menopausal creature staggering around, growling at people. But I'm trying to love the menopause. I'm hoping it's going to become my new superpower. I just need to wade through a few more years of insomnia and overwhelm and rage to get to the other side where there's a light coming down through a party in the clouds and shining onto the land of no fucks given. It's the upgrade I'm waiting for. But I'm like that phone that can't download the next operating system because my storage is full. And that's because my camera roll is filled with screenshots of inspirational quotes like, be the energy you want to attract. But I should be alright with hormonal changes. I had a decade of fertility treatment, and during that time I did all the things, the Reiki, and the acupuncture, and the ritual under the full moon, and trying to manifest motherhood with this one image of me in a flowing dress in a meadow, baby asleep in the basket, while I pick apples from a tree with the poise of a woodland goddess. That image wasn't far off on a good day, except it was leggings instead of the dress, and the basket didn't work out, so he was in a carrier all the time. And the meadow was our overgrown garden, and the woodland goddess was just sort of silently screaming into the void. But I don't want to sound ungrateful. Far from it. We were very lucky. After many failed IVF cycles, we were lucky enough to have our boys with donor eggs, which is a bit like a threesome, but without the fun. And it adds an interesting layer to the family story, because any negatives, nothing to do with me, not my genes. And all of the positives are down to my nurturing parents. But I do sometimes wonder about the donor and what she's like. We were in the supermarket once, and my boy was running around going, I've got a dinosaur in my pants! I've got a dinosaur in my pants! And I said to my husband, imagine if we met the donor and she was just like that. I also wonder about dialect and whether that's genetic, because my youngest used to sound like Borat. He used to call breast milk nicey. Nicey. And we were in a crowded cafe once, and he jumped onto my lap, slapped my breast and said, I want nicey. But there is one thing you do get from me, unfortunately, and that's the swearing. My eldest once said, Mummy, you said a swear word. I know swear words. I know the B word. I said, oh. He said, Blumid. He said, I know the F word. I thought, oh yeah. He said, flippineck. And then he said, I know the C word. I thought, okay, what is it? He said, shit. And about the donor and whether we have actually quite a lot in common. And maybe I've already spotted her shuffling around Marks and Spencer's, muttering to herself. Thank you all so much.